Okay, they have a little skin on them because they've been sitting out. I apologize. All right, now, milk. Sorry, cream. So notice I'm not cleaning this pot. I don't need to. It just had cream in it. So why am I going to clean it? Why are you going to turn on? Okay, so cream goes in. Cream sticks to the bottom. Okay, so it looks like, for the sake of this demonstration, we're using almond cream. And you can tell that's almond cream because of this weird mess that's going on. And actually, I'm glad that my guys did that because normally we wouldn't use that, but you can use it. You can use it. I don't like to use it. We have it mainly for things that don't require that real flavor of cream. This dish does, so you can, but almond cream is really just stabilized vegetable fats and milk solids. It's kind of this weird product. It's not really what I consider cream. Okay, so if you can't get the imported cream, you can use this. But I wouldn't really suggest it. Okay, but it works. You know, it works. It has the viscosity that you need to create ganaches and things like that. And actually, you know, it works pretty well with panna cotta. It works pretty well with panna cotta. If you ever make those, it's not bad. It's just, for me, not the ideal product, but it's okay. Okay. They use like carrageenan and all kinds of different stabilizers to keep the emulsion with the blah blah blah. Okay. So we don't want to boil this, okay? But we do want to warm it up. All right, then we're gonna add our sugar to melt it up. Okay. Okay. If it gets too hot, you know what's really funny is I see people that are just starting out cooking, and I see them watching things burn on the stove. You ever done that at home? It's burning! So you just remove it. I just noticed it was getting a little bit too hot and I'm talking, and I don't want to scald it. So you can always just leave it on. It's not going anywhere. Okay, corn syrup. Okay, like I said. Okay, it really improves the texture of the dish. You don't have to. You don't have to use it. But I like to. Okay. If you want it, you could throw a vanilla bean in at this time. Yeah, you could. We don't, but you could. It's just not the flavor that I'm looking for. That's all. Okay? We serve it typically with a coffee ice cream. Okay? And vanilla and coffee does go very well, but I have very specific flavors that I want to deliver to the guest, to the mouth of the guest. Okay? But you could do whatever you want. You could put orange. Orange zest would be really good. You know, chocolate and orange. Okay? Passion fruit. Okay? You just want to be careful whatever you add, don't put too much liquid in. Okay? Just flavoring. You know, you could put coffee extract. You know, maybe we should. Maybe we will. After this, write that down. Okay. Okay, take your egg yolks, whisk them up. Okay. Now we're about to do what we call tempering. Okay. Can I have a bowl and a strainer? Thank you. Okay. If I just put these directly in, what am I going to have on the bourgeois, right? Sweet on the bourgeois. So you add a little bit of the hot liquid at a time into the eggs to like settle them down a little bit and say, look, I'm going to put you back on the heat right now, okay? You're going to go on the heat. Is that okay with you? So it's like a slow introduction of heat, okay? Okay, and they'll start to thicken already, just from the heat of this cream. Okay? You don't need to do all of it. then we're going to add this back in. Now it's very important that you have a heat-resistant spatula for this, because, especially if you're using a thin pan, the bottom is going to curdle. Okay? So you take your spatula and you're consistently rubbing it and scraping the bottom. Okay? You guys seeing what's going on in there? Okay? There's a little piece of egg. That's just the skin from the yolk that didn't incorporate. But you'll see that that doesn't really matter because I'm going to strain it all out. Even if you scramble it a little bit, I won't tell anybody. Okay? I won't tell your guests. Okay? Because you're going to strain it. Okay? The only problem is, be careful with that, because then you're going to have eggy taste. That's key. Okay? Anytime you get above about 70 degrees centigrade, egg taste. Egg taste. Okay? But maybe that's what you want. Heston Blumenthal, he makes bacon and eggs, ice cream, right? So he deliberately overcooks the custard base, right? Because he wants it to taste like scrambled eggs. I don't. Honestly, it doesn't even sound very good. So you can see that the residual heat of the pan was enough, almost, to get this to the point where we want it. Okay? Now, how do you know when it's right? Back of a spoon, back of the spatula. Okay, and I'll show you when it's at that right point. Okay, the whole time. I don't care if you get a phone call. Do not step away from the stove. Okay, no, it'll make your life miserable. You just have to start over. And if I'm standing there next to you, I won't let you serve it. No, I won't. Okay? Strainer, bowl, have it ready. Mise en place. Okay? If you look at it and it's ready, and you realize you haven't done the dishes for the last week, it's going to make your life miserable. Okay? Luckily for me, I have great guys that care about me and support me. Okay? So we're ready to go. Alright? You can see. Do you see that? Okay? I'll use a spoon. Okay, back of a spoon. Okay, it's a little chunky because I was talking to you guys, but you can just see this. Okay? Do you see? It's ready to go. I'm going to strain it. Tastes wonderful. Okay, like I said, do as I say, not as I do. Okay? If you have a thick bottom pan, it makes a lot of difference because it transfers the heat more evenly. Okay? So you can see I have a little chunk in there. Okay, so I'm bad. Not so good. But that's okay. We strained it out now. It's nice and smooth. No big deal. Disaster averted. Okay? Can I have some bananas and a budino ready to roll? Creme anglaise. Okay, this is sauce for a delicious apple pie. This goes into an ice cream maker after cooling down, and now it's vanilla ice cream. You can put whatever flavoring in you want, and then you have that flavor ice cream. Okay? This is the most versatile thing in pastry. It really is. It's wonderful. Okay? So that's a great recipe for you to have and to use for many, many things. Okay? So that's the second part of the recipe. So you'll see the first part is 300 grams and the chocolate. That's the ganache. And the second part, I've separated that for you because I embrace you as my guests. And that's for your pastry cream. So now you take your delicious ganache, okay, and you put that into creme anglaise. It's really no more difficult than that, right? So as long as everything is all set for you, as long as you have everything weighed out, portioned out, you've done your dishes at least within the last month, and you have your strainer ready, then the only thing left to do is to make them and then mix them together. Okay? And it's just the right consistency. It's just perfect. Okay? Does anybody just want to take a bath in this right now?
Yes.
Okay? I do. I will. after you all leave. Okay, you're all going to taste this, okay? Don't worry about it. And I promise that the one made for you was not curdled or improperly made. I didn't bathe in it, that's for sure. Okay? Now, what's great about this is that you can do any number of things with this. Okay? This is the coolest substance known to man. In fact, this should be like on the periodic table of elements. Yeah. Okay, it came down from a meteor however long ago. Okay, so you guys see this now? See it? Okay, really kind of gloopy and nice. Okay, if I put this into a ramekin, it's this. Okay, it's a pudding. Nice, delicious. Okay, or I can set it into a container, and then I can scoop it out with an ice cream scoop and serve it. You know, if I don't want to take up a ton of space in my refrigerator, you know, with 700 different things, and I don't even have enough ramekins. And oh my God, I don't want to go to like, you know, buy more ramekins. They're my in-laws. I don't even like them. You know, whatever. You know, whatever it is. Just put it in a container, set it. It takes some time, and then scoop it out. You know, I'm just letting you in my house. I don't really like you. Here's a scoop of chocolate, whatever. Okay? There you go. Let's save that. We'll use that for staff. I'll bathe in it later.
I have a couple of questions.
Yes, please.
So one is the straining that you did it before mixing the chocolate. But I think the recipe calls for it after mixing. Is there a difference?
No, there's not. Because the chocolate's not going to have any lumps in it. Okay? If you want, you can. You know, I guess that would ensure that the final product is absolutely smooth. But I noticed that the chocolate was perfectly smooth. The point is you want to melt all the chocolate. Okay? And I guess that would be the reason to strain it afterwards. But for me, the biggest concern with straining is the little curds you guys saw. Okay, it's a good example of what never, ever, ever to do. Okay, I should fire myself. Pato, you need a new chef? Okay. He's like, all right.
Salt? The other one, yeah, was salt.
Yes, sorry, I did not. Okay, but you will. All right. The reason is the salt, it's not making it salty, okay? But it is really enhancing the flavor of the chocolate, okay? So yes, do as I say, not as I do. Add the chocolate, okay? And just a little bit. You don't need enough to like taste salt or anything. It's not like a, you know, savory dish.
That pudding is the budina.
Yes, yes. So this is what you're gonna have today. This is the budina. But you can serve it as like a scoop of this. Okay. So that, okay. And then we're going to take some of these bananas, which we're about to make, okay, and we'll put them on top here. So these are just these caramelized bananas. Top, bananas and chocolate. Who doesn't like that? Right. So, how do we make the bananas? Skillet. This is another great recipe. Anyone like bananas Foster? You heard of that? Okay. It has rum. That's the only difference. It's this recipe adds rum. Apparently, I was the second person to do that. But so now I don't trust myself with flambe, and I just do bananas. Okay. We use demerara sugar a lot. I like the flavor of it. You can use whatever you want. Okay. 2 juices, orange and lemon. Okay, lemon has acidity, orange has flavor for me. They both obviously have acidity, but I just think that having both juices is important. Okay, butter. Okay, butter is important. Okay. So what you're making here is a caramel. So, look at that. One dessert, you got caramel, creme anglaise, ganache. These are like it's like a foundation of pastry. So if any of you want a job, we are currently hiring. Okay. Demerara sugar is, coarse, takes a little bit more time to melt as opposed to castor sugar, but it has a little bit more of an interesting flavor than castor sugar, which is just pure sweetness. And it's refined and all that business, so. Okay. Cinnamon. Okay. Oh, that was the other fun thing when we were doing the flambe, is when the flame went up, then you take a like the cinnamon and it like shoots sparks everywhere. But sometimes you would like do the cinnamon and then it would land on a guest. Or
Can you show us how you do that? Can you show us how you do that?
the flambe?
The sparks.
Oh yeah. Can you get me? Do we have any cinnamon powder down there? Yes. Yeah, give me a little bit. You just.
Great excitement.
Yeah, no. So you would have this shooting roaring flame, right? So you'd already do that, and then you would have your like a powdered sugar dowser thing, and you would just. So for you, I'm just gonna pour some cinnamon on this and see what happens. It may not work, just so you know. But I'm open to it. Okay, bananas. Okay, they go in. Okay, it's okay if you cut them in advance, just like I have, and it's okay that they've oxidized, because it's gonna be cooked, and you're not gonna even know. Okay, so I don't like mushy bananas. That's not really my bag. But they do need to be soft. And they take on this kind of nice, almost like translucency when they're cooked properly. This I would add a little salt to, a little. I'll put the salt that I didn't put in the budino, in the bananas. Anytime I'm cooking, I like to put a little salt, just a little bit. Not even a full pinch, which technically a pinch is 1/8 of a teaspoon. I wouldn't even put a full pinch. Okay, just